Education is not just about answering questions correctly. It is about learning how to question wisely. The future belongs not to those who memorize the most, but to those who think the deepest. Every year is not just a chance in the calendar, but a chance to rewrite your courage, renew your purpose, and begin again with hope. Good afternoon. I am Abhinav, today's host for you all. We welcome you on the behalf of YMA Voice and Vision Club, as we all believe that a student's vision gives direction and their voice gives it power. When knowledge shapes vision and courage shapes voice, learning turns into leadership. Over to my amazing co host.
Yeah, Hind everyone. A very good afternoon to all the esteemed guests, respected organizers, and fellow participants. The energy we share through our screens is fantastic yet delighting. Here we are for our next debate to happen soon that will fill your minds with logic and thoughts and emotions through blood veins. I am Abhinav, and as always, I am thrilled to be joined by my wonderful co host, Ayushi. We now turn our attention to the central event of the afternoon, our highly anticipated debate. But before we proceed, let's hear from our co host again.
Before this exciting debate begins, let us remind ourselves that imagination traces the blueprint within the mind's depths, while expression is the spark that breathes momentum into stillness. One shapes the path in silence, the other fuels it with fire. But when clarity of thought meets the power of voice, they do more than just guide. They become the force that drives true transformation. Today's gathering is more than just a debate. It is a celebration of brave minds willing to question the usual, a call to listen carefully, and a space where words are used with clear purpose. It honors the constant search for understanding, the courage to challenge accepted ideas, and the powerful energy that arises when the different viewpoints come together. Before we embark on this journey of ideas, let us take a moment to honor the architects who fashioned this fertile ground for intellectual blossom alongside our committed organizers and whose unwavering dedication has made this gathering possible.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Major General Yasmore sir and the entire team at the Yasmore Academy for their invaluable support and guidance. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the exceptional panel of judges who will be guiding us through this crucial discussion. Now, I would also like to thank the judges for marking this occasion a special one. Now, I would also like to invite our debaters who will be guiding us through this crucial discussion. On my screen, we have the amazing team that is Team A. Participants of Team A are Muskan Sharma, Vishal Nanzar, Achal Rai, Sakshi, and Arzu Rai. Facing them, the equally formidable team that is Team B, whose members are Pransu, Akanksha, Surbi, Bharti, and Harsimranjeet.
Let me now introduce to the captains of both of the teams. Captain of Team A, Arju Rai. Captain of Team B, Pranshu. Team A is speaking for the motion, while our Team B is speaking against the motion. Now, I may present you some basic rules. Each participant will be given 3 minutes to speak and not more than that. After completing round one of debate, we will have a rebuttal phase wherein each team will get 10 minutes. During rebuttal phase, one question should be answered with a straight answer. Respected participants, Today's topic is not just a topic, but something which holds significant weight and importance in today's era for many of us. Our intention today is to approach this with the utmost sensitivity, understanding, and respect. Topic of today's debate is technology good for human health?
As Sir said in today's DNA, the secret of getting started is getting ahead. So, without any further delay, let's start our debate. And I must say, may the best argument prevail. I would like to invite the first participant from Team A, Muskan Sharma, to commence the debate.
Okay, so the faster you adapt, the faster it's become your strength. Hello everyone, my name is Muskan Sharma, and today, before starting or before speaking up, I would definitely like to give you a disclaimer. Disclaimer that being apart from technology will definitely make you down, but being a part of technology will definitely make you wear a crown. Imagine a world. Oh, sorry, don't imagine. We are living in that world that where a doctor sitting in New York operating on a patient which is in the rural village of Africa. Yes, of course, it's happening and it's real. Or just imagine having a chip in the watch of your grandfather which will defect or detect all the diseases that is coming along the heart attack. Or of course that technology give us reassurance and security. But before technology, when we were not mixed up with technology, what was we were? We There was a time when the simple infection or a minor heart attack was enough to send you to the hospital. Today, technology has revolutionized healthcare.
Understand that as far as the access of technology in any particular nation is concerned, even in that regard, we can see that technology has got immense significance. It speaks volumes of that particular nation's holistic growth and development. However, ladies and gentlemen, as it turns out, every coin has two faces. And in a similar fashion, it is equally important to understand that with virtues comes vices. As it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, that we actually, though we are living in an era of technology, but the tech savvy youth, which basically is supposed to be the backbone of the country altogether, they are basically exposed to technology 24 cross 7. And it is not just about being exposed to technology, but actually absorbing the harmful rays of blue light that is emitted from the screens of the various technological devices. This blue light altogether results in a situation where the reduction in melatonin, a sleep hormone, gets reduced tremendously. And on account of it, the sleep cycle of any individual gets compromised. Headaches and eye strains are complementary things along with it. Apart from these various factors, it is also equally important to understand that technology, in a way, has contributed towards the texting culture. Altogether, bending towards the phones in a way is leading to neck problems and altogether postural deformities. More so, ladies and gentlemen, the integration of AI with technology in a way which actually was intended for the purpose of making users experience more smooth and more friendly has in a way made people addicted to technology. This in turn has resulted in a situation where people are actually devoting their entire time on technology rather than going out and playing games. The result is of the kind that today the youth altogether are dealing with issues such as obesity, diabetes, hypertension, things which people used to face in their late 50s some time back. So altogether, ladies and gentlemen, it is my concluding remarks altogether in this regard would be that technology, though is very vital for human growth and development, however, its excessive usage in a way is deteriorating the human health tremendously. Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Vishal Nanzar from Team A to further proceed the debate.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vishal Nanjar, proud student of IMA. So, topic is technology good for human health? Yes, certainly yes. I will be speaking about the data, statistics, and the breakthrough in health, human health, and in healthcare. See, first of all, the very important thing is that we are facing screens right now. So one cannot completely say that blue light is coming and it is affecting our eyes and then health. No, actually, if I talk about myself, then my devices, laptop, mobile, I 24 hours I use with it eye comfort shield or eye shield, which we call it as. So that is the regulation of the use of devices. So it can be implemented and it is not only normal health, but then it will benefit our eyes also and we will work, right? So regulating and then detachment from devices also regularly for half an hour or 1 hour or so, it is also very important, which is known as digital hygiene. Okay, now 65% of users of Fitbands or smartwatch wearables, they reported that they are satisfied and they are getting benefited in their physical activity. 57% of the people in India are engaged with health online portals. The market then in 2024, health market was $15 billion. It is projected and expected to grow at $100 billion in 2033. Imagine the number. Now, most importantly, hospital oriented. There was a news in the Hindu in which 284 kilometers of distance doctors can perform robotic surgery, right? It is under implementation and action, but it is very much a good thing and inevitable, right? It is undeniably very good. Now, AI, of course, early health detection, right? Sorting out the patient's data and information, it is really very helping. Now, I will go to the advanced terms, neurotechnology, biotechnology, 3D printing. It is absolutely very great, wonderful, and it is, I think, strongly technology and healthcare and human health are going hand in hand, right? So in this way, I think technology is very much important in healthcare and for a normal individual also who is normally healthy in their homes. Thank you very much. That's it from my side.
Now, I would like to invite Akansa from Team B to proceed further.
Honorable judges, respected opponents, and my fellow speakers. In today's world, whenever we speak about health, we must remember it should not be limited to our body. Our mental health is also come into play. A healthy mind, that is mind, calm, focused, and emotionally balanced. And today I'm here against the motion because this emotional balance is disturbed by technology. In today's world, our mind is flooded with updates, notifications, and messages. And our mind is always active, always alert, stimulated, but rarely peaceful. Opposition may say that technology keeps us connected, but this connection, is this real? It comes with an anxiety. Even technology is changing our habits. In today's world, we scroll reels, reflect less. We go for short videos instead of deep understanding. And as a result, our focus is shrinking. We are no more able to focus. We are not. Our attention span is shrinking. So without focus, there is not actual learning. And one of the most important and the serious effect that is on our sleep cycles. We almost go to our bed with our phones, and the blue rays coming out from those are disturbing our natural sleep cycle, which leads to irritability, stress, burnout, and even depression in many cases. But some people may call this as misuse, but it's actually the design. Technology is designed in a way that we could go for endless scrolling. It's designed not the misuse. Another dangerous impact is emotional dependency. In today's world, we instead of accepting our emotions, we escape from them. We escape into the screens. Instead of self reflection, we go for likes and comments of the other people, validation of the others. Silence feels uncomfortable. Being alone feels difficult. In a world full of noises, health maintenance needs silence. In a world full of screens, human mind needs stillness. If technology truly improved mental health, we would see peace instead of pressure. We would see chaos instead of confusion. So, my dear fellow speakers, technology may inform the brain, but overwhelms the mind, and an overwhelmed mind is not mentally healthy. Therefore, when it comes to mental well-being, technology is not the solution. It's a challenge, and we must learn to control this. And if individual mind suffers, society suffers too. So, technology also affects our social well-being. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Nicely said. Now, I would like to invite Achal Rai from Team A to further proceed the debate.
Thank you. We blame screen mainly for everything and quietly thank scanners, ventilators, and vaccination for keeping us alive. Jai Hind, Ayanchal is here to talk on the advantages that yes, technology is beneficial for human health. So let's begin. First, technology saves life every single day. Because of vaccination, the diseases that once feel terrible to the humanity is now rare. According to WHO, which state that vaccination prevent 4 to 5 million of deaths every year. This is not just statistics, my dear. This is the million of families who still have their beloved one with them. The technology also helps the doctor to see the invisible. CT scans and MRI help the doctor to diagnose problem without surgery. Technology also make the healthcare faster and closer because it is rightly said that जहां ना पहुंचे इंसान वहां पहुंचे विज्ञान. The telemedicine has made the patient in a remote village to connect to the specialist thousands of kilometers away from him. No queues, no travel, just a quick advice. Also, during the emergency situations, the ambulance can track traffic and reach at the place in a faster way. Technology also helps us to take care of ourselves with the help of devices such as fitness apps and smartwatch, which help us remind us regularly to walk, to to drink, and even breathe. And yes, apparently we need technology to as well because small alert prevent bigger problems. Now, let us imagine a world without technology. No vaccination, no antibiotic, no ICUs, no surgeries, and even no consultations. How the world would look like? The world would look like guessing the illness like the fortune teller and hoping for miracles. In short, this is not a traditional living. This is a risking living. In conclusion, I want to say that of course technology can be misused, but the answer is not ignoring it. The correct answer is to reuse it properly because a knife can be used to cut a vegetable as well as hurt someone. But we did not ban knives. We learned to use it wisely. In the same way, technology is not the enemy, but which, when guided by the human wisely, can be blessing. Thank you.
Nicely said that जहाँ ना पहुँचे ज्ञान वहाँ पहुँचे विज्ञान. Now let us see how Surbhi from Team B counters this point. So let us invite Surbhi to proceed further the debate.
Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cadet Surbi, and I strongly oppose the motion that technology is good for human health. While it promises connection and convenience, research shows that it often harms our social, emotional, and mental well-being. Let me explain through undeniable examples, which are realities, and we all are aware of it. Virtual connections are being replaced. Virtual connections are replacing real relationships. We live in a paradoxical age, always online, yet increasingly alone. A 2023 American survey shows that higher screen time is linked to greater social isolation. Even though we have thousands of contacts online, families sit together but talk less. Friends meet but scroll more. This is not connection. It is coexistence without any bonding. Social media has led to constant comparison, envy, and low self esteem. Social media does not show reality, it shows perfection. Studies even reveal that 46% of young users feel lonely or inadequate after using social media, and that 45% feel the pressure to present their lives perfectly online, even if it is not so. Children now swipe before they even speak and scroll before they express. Moreover, constant screen exposure has reduced attention span, memory retention, and deep thinking. Heavy digital consumption increases anxiety and stress. Screens have sharpened our scrolling skills but have dulled our social skills. Attention is being stolen by screens, and social bonds are being stolen in real life. I'm not saying technology is neither entirely good nor bad, but its impact entirely depends on how one uses it. It has benefited some, improving access, communication, and opportunities not denied, but it has also silently harmed many. Human alone cannot be blamed for this. Modern technology is designed in such a way that it distracts, it captures our attention, and keeps us engaged. So while technology can be a tool for good, it becomes dangerous when it replaces real emotions, feelings, and connections. So until we use it responsibly and regain control, we cannot claim it as truly good for human health. At the end, I believe a balanced and a moderate approach is needed, wherein boundaries on technology and discipline in users to use it in a healthy way is needed, which ensures advancement takes place without any addiction and without any harm. That is why, with responsibility and reason, I firmly oppose the motion. Thank you.
Nicely countered. Now, I would like to invite Sakshi from Team A to further proceed the event.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. I would want you all to imagine a world where your name and your zip code could exactly determine when are you going to die. This was the reality for centuries of humankind. We were living in dark at the mercy of biology. We have stepped out of that darkness. Technology has helped transform human body from a mystery to fear to a system that we can now understand, protect, and repair. In today's motion, it's not about gadgets, but it's about the fundamental evolution of human survival. The greatest killer in the history has not been any disease, it's been distance. Technology has broken that wall. We are now using drones that can deliver blood in minutes, AI that can diagnose malaria in seconds, and telemedicine that can bring world class expertise to all the corners that have been forgotten on this planet. Technology is the only tool in the history that is capable of making healthcare to a universal reality instead of a geographic privilege. To argue that technology is bad for health is to ignore the pacemaker that is keeping a heart rhythm, a robotic limb that is restoring a life, and the mRNA code that has saved our modern world. You cannot blame the tool for the user's habits because a scalpel can either kill or it can perform a surgery. The value is in the outcome, and the outcome of technology is very clear: more time with our family, more cures for our children, and the end of the era of incurable suffering. We are not just living long lives, we are living better lives. And the evidence is in our pulse. Thank you.
Now, from Team B, I would like to invite Bharti.
Bharti, I think you are not audible. Somebody please let me know is she audible or not?
She's
It's
not
not
audible.
audible.
You are not audible, Bharti. Please resolve the issue.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are loud and clear now. You may
Okay.
start.
Okay, this panel and my dear friends, I would discuss a thing here. First, creating a problem, then solving it. That was technology showing all of us. Firstly, it was come in order to help us. Now it is becoming barrier to all of us. We can see that how the different aspects from mental well-being to the social acceptance and also the spirituality that is being somewhere or others is hindered by the technology. We can see in the present scenario how the different kind of activities are there. It is to bring oneself to the connecting own self to its inner self is being taken by the technology. But friends, do you feel that do you need anyone to connect you from your inner self? No, actually. So technology can be helpful up to a limited extent, but it cannot be fully a one that can be dependable. We can discuss the different aspects of the technology, like the losing of the peace. We can see how the people who starting their mornings, where earlier it was meditation, now it is being taken by the scrolling screens and checking out the notifications. This is somewhere or other hindering the spiritual well-being, the point of the concentrations and also a connection that is needed to be taken from inner self to the social sense. Another is also the instant getting of gratifications. We can see how technology has making us more and more prone to get gratification into few seconds, that in earlier times what would be taken a long year of hard work that is being later paid off. So such kind of senses are making us more and more prone to the actions that are making more impatient, losing our spiritual sense, losing that space of being own self. So technology, I believe, is a helpful thing up to a limited extent, but it is needed to be more and more synthesized only if it is used with the responsibility. It can be useful if we have a good control over the activities we do. So at last, I would like to mention that technology can be a good servant, but if we consider it as a master, it would be dangerous. Thank you.
Now let's hear from the final participant of the team A, Arju Rai.
Thank you. Imagine a world where cancer could not be detected, a world where heart patient could not be monitored, a world there is no clue how to cure any disease. That world may exist without technology. Jai Hind, I argue, raise here to conclude the debate from Team A side by strongly affirming that yes, technology is good for human health. It is not only good but essential for it now and in the future too. So let us begin. According to Global Health Report, which states that life expectancy has increased 20 years in last century. That is just because of medical technology. And also the disease which killed millions of peoples like polio and smallpox is now controlled or even eradicated in some part of area. This is not my opinion, this is evidence. Also, medical technology has proved in mental health area too, as according to World Health Organization report, which states that 1 in 8 people is suffering from mental health condition, and technology has provided the free accessible support. Now, let me address the opposition favorite question, that life was healthier before technology. Yes, no screen, no device, no medicine either. A simple, perfect life till a small infection become fatal. Romanticizing the past doesn't make it healthier. In fact, technology is not harmful, it misuses. And the same technology which my opposition is criticizing is a solution to everything. Like millions of people across the world is using the wearable gadget which help us to monitor our heart rate, which help us to monitor our physical activity level, and also give the alertness before even the real symptoms appear. And also
in the coming future, there would be some devices developed which would tell far prior before any symptom appears that which disease we are going to be affected by, saving our life and also saving the healthcare cost. As Stephen Hawking said, that technology has the power to transform the world and also have the power to transform how we live. At last, I want to say that technology has improved us in the past, is strengthening us in the present, and will safeguard us in the future too. Blaming technology, rejecting technology just because of its misuse is like rejecting medicine because of its some side effect, just turning your eyes blind toward its overwhelming benefits. At last, I want to say that on the basis of fact, data, logics, advantages, and human dependency on the technology, Team A strongly affirms that yes, technology is good for human health. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Team B, Harsimranjeet.
So, greetings everyone. I am Harsimranjeet Singh and I am going to speak against the motion of the topic the health significance, human body significance of the technology. So, starting my speech by talking about the students, children's. As we can see in our surrounding only, the children's today are having zero social life. They are just scrolling, they are passing their time by scrolling the phone, by touching the device which is having access to the internet. The social life, the critical thinking of the children is at the lowest levels. Now, talking about the elders. Children can be controlled by their parents, but who will control elders? Elders are feeling depressed and having spikes of dopamine at the same level. They are passing their time and enjoying life by only watching a box who is having access to the internet. Now, I would also like to mention some facts which have also mentioned by the team A also that one by a lot of experiments conducted in USA and different countries, we can clearly see that the usage of AI and the technology is making us dumb. The people who are not using AI are becoming more and more creative, and their critical thinking is increasing day by day, comparative to the people who are using it. They are becoming dumb, and literally their brain functioning is decreasing day by day. Now, talking about the technologies which have the potential to even destroy the human civilization. The lethal, the fatal nuclear technology. As we have a lot of examples, the Chernobyl, the Bhopal gas tragedy, and the deadly bomb blast in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As we can see clearly, these type of technologies, a minor to minor mistake can destroy the human body. We are living in an era where a single button can destroy our city, our state, or our country. Now, concluding my speech, I would like to say that yes, we are having some comfort. We are having some comfort in our life by the technology, but we should never forget that this comfort is like a slow poison to us. It is deteriorating our physical health and most importantly, our mental health day by day. Thanks.
Thank you, teams, for your powerful and insightful opening statements. We now move into the crucial rebuttal phase where our teams will have the opportunity to directly address and respond to the arguments presented by the opposition. Each team will get 10 minutes for their rebuttal. Team A, you have the floor for your rebuttal.
So, yes, our opposition said that technology is not good. So, I want to ask technology also include fitness trackers that encourage exercise and healthy lifestyle. And there are also MRI, CT scans, and other all stuffs that help us to detect which disease we have. So, how can we say or how can we consider that technology is not good for our health?
I'll respond to you, Arzu, over here. As far as the usage of technology is concerned, so it is believed that let's take the example of large language models like ChatGPT or any other uh, any other AI bot altogether. So basically, information is in our hands. It is actually found that by excessive usage, by excessive information in our hands, many people have died simply because they were becoming their own self-centered doctors and they were finding out remedies to the issues which they probably were not even having. Having said that, as far as you pointed out, that basically the problem that basically the healthcare infrastructure has improved tremendously on account of technology. Yes, it's true. Healthcare infrastructure has improved tremendously. But what about the health? The health has deteriorated significantly, primarily because of addiction to technology altogether. It is also true that fitness trackers, in a way, improve the physical well being of any individual. But let us look at the statistics. How many people actually download those various fitness trackers? There are hardly a few. A huge chunk of proportion of any of the world altogether is consuming technology like they're consuming food altogether. Look at the case scenario of USA. A huge chunk of population of USA's kids are dealing with obesity. It's actually they will actually become a menace for the future altogether. So that is all that I hope I have answered your question.
So is it good that blaming or carelessness, giving it the name that technology is bad?
As it
Or
turns out, also, these applications altogether, as far as the current day reality is concerned, are trained in a way, are they programmed in a way that makes you more addictive towards them. For example, if I hope you are using Instagram, you actually become so addicted to it that you scroll one reel after the other. You are actually wasting your, not you per se, but any individual is actually consuming Instagram to a great extent, primarily because of the social media feeds altogether, which has AI integrated with it.
Okay, so I want to ask one question that one of you said that like it's technology uses means that creating a problem and then solving it. So how can you justify this thing that having kidney stones cause of users of technology or heart disease of any kind of heart disease? Because of course it's not cause of technology, but of course technology can cure kidney stones. So can you justify this?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you, Muskan, over here that as far as technology is concerned, yes, it has definitely improved the healthcare. But as I said earlier, has it improved your health? I guess no. If we talk about heart problems, let's talk about heart problems for a while. As far as the current day reality is concerned, kids of 20 years or maybe even younger than that are dealing with heart problems. Why? What is the reason behind it? Obesity, on many other issues of such kind. And what is causing this obesity? It is the advancement in technology once again. People used to have heart problems when they were 50 or maybe 60. Sometimes people used to die without heart problems. Has Are we actually living in that situation now? I don't think so.
But
And adding to this, I also have a point to mention here that what are the causing the health related issue are the lifestyles only. We can see how overusing of the devices, the things making us the couchy potatoes. More of the individuals are getting more addicted to watching the screens, getting settled out at a particular positions, and we are often lagging in the physical fitness also. That is somewhere or others leading to the lifestyle diseases, either it is cancer, the kidney stone you mentioned. This is all been firstly is being introduced by the irregular use of technology, and then it is being cured.
I think okay, one more question that I think all the people from team B said that they give the mixed answers that they said that using it in a proper limited way that will not cause you problem. So first of all, I think you were not clear about the topic or the motion you are in, because all of you said once in a while that of course using technology in a good way can lead to a good thing, and also you're all focusing on the question of that if we use technology we will become couch potato or we will become addict. So any person who don't know how to balance the life, they can make the worst out of any best thing. So same as the technology, because technology doesn't make you obese. It can be the reason because you are eating excess of palm oils and junk food.
See, every scenario have two phases. Either it is to an extent level or at the low level. So here we are balancing our points by mentioning that it can be useful and it cannot be. It depends on individual to individuals who are using that. And talking about your question of becoming couch potatoes and all, it is actually the real scenario which we can all observe, but somewhere or others it is not being reported that that the over coming of the gadgets and technologies making people prone to more and more the lifestyle diseases, making them more related to the heart attack. We can see how recently the number of the cases of the heart attack has been increased. So it is actually being affected by the health only because they are being overused, and the usage of technology is hindering them also.
So that's mean you just believe that this is all the heart attacks are just caused because of the technology, not because of eating the junk food. But you believe that the information that we get from the technology about being aware about how we can do jumbo like we can do Zumba, of course, through the technology. That also leads to a good health. So how
Okay.
Muskan,
I
as it
would
turns
like to
out,
answer the question.
if
She's saying that.
technology
Okay, carry on.
Okay, I want to answer this question that how people are becoming couchy potatoes. Let me tell you how Swiggy is being operated. Swiggy, Zomato, and other things. It is all being operated by a database which actually runs what you like on the screen. It will be automatically shown on your screen, and then after you will able it will give you an intuition to have it or quickly get that. So we are getting more and more addicted of getting that thing we want. We quickly order it, have it, and that overconsumptions of the things somewhere or other making a person an obese. This over accessibility of the food, and also talking about the Zumba classes and all, we can check the ground reality that how much usage of such fitness tracker apps and also this lifestyle apps are being used. They are only being installed and kept on our mobile phone. Neither they are being that much used. It is only been for 1 to 2 weeks or say month that we use it with full passion, but more or larger it is not being used. So it is not actually a long-term solutions. It is a short-term solution, I believe.
again one of you said that it's like using technology will leads to less lack of creativity, but don't you think that it's actually evoke the creativity? Why? Because as she said that we can use Swiggy, Zomato, Blinkit, anything which will save our time, because instead of I go to market and bring all this stuff, someone will else do because of technology for me, and I can invest my that time in other things, or create something else. And of course ChatGPT is an edge because it help us to create more and make our mind open, because it challenge us with the data that it's provide.
Muskan, I
Ma'am,
will
I would like
respond
to
this on
answer
your
your
question of
question
yours.
by
As far as
providing
you
you
mentioned
a statistical data that in MIT, USA, a experiment was conducted for more than 5 to 6 months, and they took a batch of 56 students and they were divided into two groups. The task was to write an essay. One group will use ChatGPT and other will not. And you are saying that ChatGPT will increase the creativity. The result was switched off. The result was switched. The people who were using the chat gpt were literally dumb after 5 to 6 months. The brain functioning of them was zero, the creativity, and they were not even able to recite the essay which was written by them. But at the same time, the people who were not using any technology, their creativity levels were increased, their critical thinking was increased, and they can recite that same essay very easily.
See, it is rightly said by you about the mental health. Agreed. But what I want to ask you is, Team B, that if you can justify, if we can regulate the devices, not only we are using smartphones and laptops, but also in hospitals like machines, right? We all know that they generate radiations and other harmful things, okay, which affects our body, but it's okay. But if we can regulate and curb that usage, and the right approach is available with awareness in the newspapers and online, right? So digital health, people are very much active. So why we cannot use technology more in today's day?
Vishal, I will respond to this question
Okay.
of yours. As you said, it is about awareness, right? But as it turns out, we have to look at the average, we have to look at how average human beings behave. As it turns out, the average people are not that much aware altogether. They believe in quick fix solutions. They believe in the idea of instant gratification. And as a result of that, optimum utilization of anything becomes very much difficult for such kind of people. For example, you correctly pointed out that yes, healthcare infrastructure has improved, but it is not just about the physical health that is deteriorating. It is about your mental health, your spiritual well being, your social connections. It is also getting affected because of excessive usage of technology. Your entire energy gets consumed in one particular location. Before you, Muskan asked this question that creativity is increasing because we get more time because of usage of technology in other spheres of our life. As it turns out, if we talk about ChatGPT for a while, I'm just taking an example of ChatGPT. Majority of the people in the current era are using ChatGPT even in the domains of research and development. I'm pursuing PhD. I've seen people using ChatGPT tremendously. It is like they're virtual researcher altogether. So basically, people are not making use of their brains that the way they were supposed to use. Rather, they are making a use of it in a very quick fix for in a very quick fix solution kind of a format. So in my opinion, yes, technology is great. It is important for our holistic development altogether, but it is actually creating problems. Today, as it turns out, we talk about machine learning, we talk about coding to a great extent. People are not very well aware about the coding patterns altogether. The reason being, ChatGPT gives you that entire code in just one click, in just one statement. So creativity of the people is getting diminished to a new low altogether.
So thank you, Team A. Now it's time for Team B. They might be the opposition, but there is nothing opposite about their vibe, smart, slick, and ready to throw down some logic. So your time starts now, Team B.
So my first question from Team A would be that everybody in the team A said that the healthcare infrastructure improved tremendously. MRI scans have come into picture, CT scans have come into picture. There are so many things that are there in the healthcare domain. But isn't it obvious that it is just improving one part of the health, that is the physical health? And what about the other things, the mental health, the spiritual health, and other things of such sort? What about that?
Okay, I would like to counter the question. So, as you said, that other aspect that is mental health. But how do you think that mental health has not been, created by the like technology? Because of course, nowadays you can find out psychologists even through online, and you can talk to them. And even if by not telling any friend of yours, you can keep your private and mental things keep to you by sharing with ChatGPT, and it's not a bad thing. You can do it because of course it's technology, and mixing up with it will definitely give you a lead. So of course, ranting all about mental health, that technology makes our mental health very down or degraded, it's not like that. There are a lot of tools that help us even to create or maintain our mental health. And I feel that because of technology, because of Instagram, and because of many other social media platform, we all are aware of mental health, and we as an Indian start giving the importance and priority to our mental health. So technology leads a very big role in giving priority to our mental health.
I have a counter version for the same. Like, how can you justify that emotional touch and that being of oneself can be replaced by the codes and the database that run actually behind on the chat GPT?
So if you
Even I
have
want to
really
add to the question. Like you said, ChatGPT there are
Okay, no issues. There is mic problem. So yes, you talked about ChatGPT. See, what I believe is considering human health. Yes, especially if we will face screens and if we are in a room or in an office, then we will think with our mind, right? But as I told that it is the era of digital health. The scenario is so much of people, maximum number of people, even in rural areas have smartphones, so they are connected. And we in the urban cities, metro cities, all have laptops, tablets, and of course smartphones also, right? So it is just a AI software developed, right? It will not affect that much in our mental health if we regulate if we use in a controlled way. Yes, for research and other things to generate opinions and just to get a look of it, we can do. Otherwise, I truly admit that yes, it decreases our brain processing power. So yes, the mental and spiritual health well-being will be affected. But the right approach from the internet only in digitally, we can connect, follow right resources, and we can, in a efficient manner and controlled manner, we can learn that.
And adding
And
to this, I would like to
also
say that
tech, this is also the blessing of technology that we are here, we are discussing, we are debating. This is not making us mentally degraded, but it is boosting our knowledge too. So how cannot we say that technology is bad?
Ardhu,
and
see, we are
also
basically talking about how
okay,
technology altogether is affecting
so
our health altogether. That is the first thing. Now, when we talk about health, there are certain components of health. It is the physical health, mental health, social health, spiritual health, and things like that. Now, when we talk physical health for a while, see, let us take the. I said earlier that people are becoming more obese these days, only because they want to enjoy the luxury, the ambience of technology altogether. That is one of the primary reasons people are getting obese these days, especially the kids. This obesity, people are getting exposed to other non-communicable diseases. So, if we talk specifically about the physical health part altogether, it is all in the very first place, it is getting diminished. Now, just to save ourselves from dealing with these physical issues altogether, we have to take healthcare infrastructure, use of healthcare infrastructure, which in a way was improved because of technology. So, as it turns out, basically the physical health or the health as a whole of a person is getting affected very negatively, primarily because of technology, and it is being saved because of technology. So as it turns out, technology in a way is affecting the human lives altogether. Now, if you have any counter to it, please go for it.
We can add the timers, reminders for it doesn't mean that we join the gym. But if we will be reminded of that this is the time of the gym, now we have to go to the gym, and that is what technology do. We can apply the timers which can help us.
I want
Achha,
to
let us
add a
talk about.
point. Sorry for the inconvenience. There was a Sunny that was going nearby,
No issues, go ahead.
but now all good. I want to add a point that as the person speaker just before me said, but what about it is reducing our very own creativities, our own creativity to do on things. What was the point if you could repeat the last speaker?
I feel that saving you out of your creativity, that's when person to person. Like if you're very concerned about your creativity, that you just want to save your core creativity, you can like opt for the other options that are too available. Like you can read newspaper, you can go for the books. That like nobody is forcing out anyone that you should use technology just to you should use technology. That's up to a person to person, that how they want to make the balance. But as you were saying all that we should cut off the technology because it's lack but because it's down degraded our creativity, so I don't think that that is an option.
I agree, Muskan. That is technology is
Nobody
vital
said
for
this.
our overall growth and development. It's true. There's no denial in it. Technology is very much significant. Achha, let us look at it from a macro perspective altogether. Let us talk about from a military angle. How about that? If we talk about advancement in technology, Hiroshima is a result of advancement in technology. Today, there is a possibility that if there is a nuclear war, the entire human race might go extinct. It will all be because of advancement in technology. So technology does have a very negative role to play when it comes to human health. Yes, we cannot eradicate technology from our life. It is not possible in any format. Technology is a boon as well, and there are shades to any particular truth, right? It is not neither black nor white. We are somewhere in the mid of gray. Now we have to look where we're approaching. So as it turns out, in my opinion, technology is in a way affecting the human health in a very negative format. And as you guys actually pointed out, that MRI scans and all have come into picture, but in a way, it has affected the mental health to a greater extent. The social lives of people are getting compromised. So if you have any comment on that, please go for it.
See, directly pointing out technology for this less socializing of the people. people and not a good approach, because of course when we feel that we can't talk to our genuine friends, because of course it might happen, depends on person to person. Someone really don't have any pure connection in their real life, but they have that option that they can rely on the technology. So of course it's not something that it will degrade our social connection. It depends on person to person, because even in era of technology there are people who have genuine connection and they maintain that. So it's again, it depends on person to person. It's not about that technology is the only reason behind, because I don't have any friends. It is not an option.
So I
Okay,
have
but
a
what
question.
about
I will add one
this
more. I will add one more point into
threat
that. See, you
altogether?
all talked about nuclear, which was, very much. It was a devastating effect in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So yes, it was a more of ideological and deterrence, right? But with the help of technology further, we do have right now radioactive waste management, right? So all the deterrence power is in control, and it cannot that much affect right now the people.
Vishal, is it absolute? The question
Okay.
is it absolute? The deterrence, is it absolute? I don't think so. Secondly, let us talk about pollution for a while. Pollution definitely has an impact on human health. Is it true or not? That is the first question. And anyways, pollution again is basically a result of advancement in technology. Now, some might say that we can control pollution by technology. Now, that's a separate discussion. But as it turns out, this degradation of environment is also a result of advancement in technology, and in turn it is affecting the human health altogether. Is it true or not? Ray, you can give your comments on that.
Okay, see, pollution, yes, very hot topic right now, bone of contention in our country, especially in country capital Delhi. So, see, for AQI, I think and I believe that improving the monitoring systems and major overhaul of the current systems, the machines and other things which are being used to monitor and then curb the pollution, and then first of all reducing it and then making the air quality good, right? So, for that technology, it is a generational change that technology will be. I think it's a revolution like agriculture or industrial, the technology part. So it will play a very important role because we humans are doing it. So keeping in mind that we are introducing technology and innovation, we will also by implementing and then seeing the solutions, we will implement also the what are the negative effects, and further we will not see that there is a wrong or negative effect on health. So
I
it
just
will
think,
be.
Vishal, it is more of a speculation. It is more of a speculation. I guess it is not a linear regression equation. All right. It's more of a speculation that you have said that we will become more aware. We will start using it in a very more correct format. It is more of a speculation. It is not a reality. The reality is that it has affected the excessive usage of technology in a way has affected the globe altogether in tremendous ways. It has raised wars. It has. Acha, let's talk about wars for a while. The rare earth minerals that are used in development of any technology, they are used. People are basically fighting a war to basically gain control over that. The entire South China Sea issue is basically a product of this quest for rare earth minerals. So, what about that?
I think the time is up.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So thank you everyone for such great insights. It was pleasure listening to all of you. So now I conclude this wonderful event. A big thank you to our esteemed judges, the talented participants for making the debate a resounding success. We truly appreciate the hard work, research, and quick thinking demonstrated by each debater. We also take a moment to thank our audience for listening with such profound empathy, respect, and patience. Until then, keep debating for a better tomorrow. I now may request the jury members to address each of us. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, it was really wonderful. It was really wonderful, guys.